All right, last story today. I'm sure you heard this one. We got the boxing match coming up. I didn't even know this was in the works, but man, boxing is it's a whole different thing now. And it just seemed like a perfect 2020 kind of announcement because things have been very weird. And we just came off of the Jake Paul knockout of Nate Robinson.
Yep.
And the comeback fight of Tyson and Jones. And you started to realize, oh, wow, boxing is kind of social media now.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to disparage anyone. It is the competitive thing exists and the world champions are out there. But these big ticket, the big money appears to be made through social media. And the evidence of that is that the previous fight was a Tyson deal with Triller, a social media company. This is another social media deal. And that's where I get interested in the mechanics of the actual fight. I will talk about the actual fight as well.
Okay.
But
I want to hear your opinion.
The mechanics on the business side is really interesting what they did this time. It's a company called FanMio, and it's a platform for interacting with your favorite celebrities. I don't know if it's like, I remember this one called Cameo, which lets you get a shout out for some money. But anyway, it's a social media element to it, and they're marketing for how to sell the event. By the way, I'm talking about Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, which you may or may not have heard, is to price it low right now, Will, and then having an increasing pricing tier the longer you wait to buy it. It's super weird.
Yeah.
So you're talking about $25 if you get it in, oh my God, how about the promo video? Yeah, I think it's $25 if you get it right now.
Okay.
Going all the way up to $70 eventually.
Okay.
If you hold off or if you're late to the party. So, and there's pricing tiers along the way. It goes up, $20 after the first million pay-per-view buys. Very strange. Now, it will be on regular pay-per-view as well.
Oh, okay.
But so was the last event. But it is this kind of big promotional thing. Another interesting business side, because I just get interested in this stuff, man. I apologize, is that it was Logan Paul's camp that put the deal together. They had approached Floyd Mayweather, according to this report. And they had the specs laid out and the money laid out before it was signed on the dotted line. So that goes back even more so into the realm of fighting becoming social media or an extension of social media. All right, now the fight. So Floyd Mayweather's 50-0. The O will means he's never lost a fight.
Yeah.
That's what the O means. On the flip side, Logan Paul also has an O in his record. His O stands for never having won a fight.
Having 2 professional fights.
He's 0-1. He's 0-1. I guess he had a draw.
The first one was a draw.
A draw and then a loss to KSI. So on paper, you look at that and you say, what exactly are we doing here? How does he stand a chance? What exactly is happening in this exhibition match?
The size.
Okay, so then
the size.
we have this piece, which is maybe you get the thing sanctioned because Logan Paul is much bigger. Floyd Mayweather is not a large person. His last fight, he came in at 150, right around 150 pounds. Logan Paul, on the other hand, 6'2", 200 pounds. Now, in fighting, in boxing, this type of tango would never take place. Those would be vastly different weight classes. However, the skill gap here is significant, and I suppose it's significant enough to get the fight sanctioned. You have the guy with next to no experience, very little amount of experience, being much larger than the guy with maybe the most experience winning of anybody currently boxing.
And not really getting hurt badly.
And arguably one of the best, not arguably, one of the best defensive, arguably the best defensive boxer ever, dancing and bobbing and weaving and poking and all the rest of it. So, what happens in the match?
Oh, no headgear, by the way, right?
No headgear.
Yeah.
So what happens in the match? We're still waiting for official rules. Boxing is a tremendously exhausting sport.
Yeah.
Just moving about in the ring and throwing punches tremendously exhausting. The conditioning for boxing, unreal. I have a ton of respect for anybody who goes out and does it. I don't care if your last name is Paul or Mayweather. To train and to take it seriously and to be able to stand out there, throw punches, move around,
Risk getting knocked out.
is beyond what the average person sitting on the couch is prepared to actually do.
Yeah.
So I'll put the respect there on that accord. However, there's no doubt that in this case, it's totally possible for Mayweather to dance around that ring. I mean, really dance, land his shots, and avoid punches from Logan Paul, even though he has 50 extra pounds.
Yeah.
Right? Mayweather has avoided getting hit from guys who box their whole lives and definitely have more speed than whatever Logan's going to be able to bring.
Mm-hmm.
So why is he going to get hit now? The only way he's getting hit now is if he's been slacking hard, chilling, drinking beer, and not caring about training at all. I'm talking about Mayweather.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I highly doubt that's his lifestyle now. Because I feel
he's constantly training.
He's constantly
even without
training.
Events.
He put away $400 million when he fought McGregor. $400 million. You don't think it's always on the back burner? I may have to do this again.
Yeah.
I may want to do this again. I may want to go make one thing's for certain, Will. He's going to dance around the ring. All right?
He's going to have fun with it.
He's going to have fun. And he's going to make a lot of money. And both of them are going to make a lot of money.
Yes.
And by Logan getting this deal done and attaching himself to Mayweather, and I felt this same way about Paul fighting Robinson, as opposed to YouTubers fighting YouTubers in this weird social media thing, when they go across,
they rope the professionals
and rope the professionals in. Now you have two worlds colliding that might not typically collaborate.
Yeah.
And what you end up with, and I saw this happen with the Jake Paul Nate Robinson knockout, is you had NBA players tweeting about it.
Right.
And you had the real fight press talking about it. You had ESPN having to say Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And that's where the genius of the thing comes in. Is even if Logan has to chase him around and lose the fight and not look all that great and not look like a boxer, because most don't against Floyd Mayweather, he still has now inserted his name in a place that would be where it would be near impossible to, with the snap of your fingers, insert yourself into all those new worlds that belong to all those people.
They definitely win, both of them.
And when it comes to just selling the damn thing, you have buyers coming from two seemingly way apart that come together for this purchase.
Yeah.
It reminds me sort of how somebody like Rogan can go out and get a podcast with Kanye West. Mm-hmm. Like when you merge worlds together that don't normally collide, you end up with a multiplier effect take place when it comes to hype. Because you feel as though the thing becomes representative of those two groups meeting completely. Mm-hmm. And so I thought about that as well. When I saw this deal get done, I thought about KSI. Yeah. Because I was like, wait, KSI wins the fight.
Yeah.
It's close, whatever, but he officially wins the fight, the original, and he doesn't get the opportunity. Now, granted, I don't know if he wants it. I don't know if he was attempting to get it.
He has his own, again, he has like his music career.
No, he's doing other things. He's absolutely doing other things, but it's a curious makeup. I think from a marketing perspective, this one bridges a wider divide when you look at the independent fan bases. And then also building off what happened with his brother recently and the name kind of combining around, because like I said, you had Snoop Dogg on the call.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg was commentating the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
Like there are things happening here that, well, it's all attention at the end of the day, and it's all what you're willing to pay for, and it's all about money at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way it goes.
There's people they're gonna watch it.
That's just the way it goes.
Consume.
That's just the way it goes. Yeah. And especially those late people that are paying $70 for it, there's money to be made.
Oh yeah.
Don't get confused about what's going on. There's money to be made. And this dance, it's an expensive dance. Mm-hmm. to watch these two people march around that. And I'm not saying that they don't have to box. They do. But it's all business.
I guess even like the pre-fight, all that hype.
There's money
press
to be made.
conferences.
There's money to be
Oh,
made.
yeah.
There's merch. There's money to be made.
Yeah.
There's videos. There's build up. There's ad revenue. There's sponsorships. There's money to be made.
Oh yeah.
These two guys are going to act like they hate each other for the next until February. And then at the end of it, they're going to sit there, take a little sip, some cognac, something like this, shake hands and say, enjoy the rest of your life with those extra few $100 million.